Hey guys, I wanted to jump on here and just give you a little bit of a recipe, and I will post it below, of elderberry syrup. This is an excellent thing to take on a daily basis, and always give yourself a break when you're taking other supplements or just just your natural remedies and so forth. Take a couple days off, take a week off. It gives your body a little bit of a break, and it makes the things that you are taking a little more powerful when you take them. But let's talk about this elderberry syrup. The first thing you're going to need is you're going to need a bottle to put it in, a clean, sterile bottle with a lid, and it will need to stay in the refrigerator. You're going to need about 2/3 cup of elderberries, and that would be this right here. You'd want some elderberries. You could, when you're doing your tinctures, you can do tinctures with some glyceride for a child, or you can use the berries as well to tincture, but the leaves are really powerful as a tincture or a tea, and you can do those preparations for those type of things. But the syrup is a daily use type thing, and it's just great for the immune system. So 2/3 cup of elderberries, 2 tablespoons of ginger powder. This helps, it's warming, it helps stimulate, and it's also going to drive the nutrients into the cells. So, and there's another thing that you could take for that as well, is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. You can do both. I would do both, and this recipe is just such a tried and true recipe, and it is warming, and it just makes things work better. The absorption will go into the cell much better. Also, ground clove. You want about 1/2 teaspoon of it. It is so strong and overpowering, so be careful. Be on the shy side of the clove. It's numbing, but it's stimulating as well. But it's more, it's great for the immune system. So it's kind of goes hand in hand with the elderberry. And then you're going to need about 3.5 cups of water. And what we're doing is making a decoction. Okay, a decoction is where you're going to boil that water. You're going to put your ingredients in and turn that water off and let it steep. So you're going to mix it all together, bring it to you bring it to a boil, and you're going to, for about a half an hour or so, let it simmer. You're going to put it on low and let it simmer. Okay, once it simmers for about a half an hour, you're going to turn everything off. Let it cool for a little bit. Let that steep for just a little bit, maybe 30 minutes or so. Then you're going to strain off that marc, because when you're straining, that's going to be hot. You want to cool it off just a little bit. And, if you cool it off a lot, that's fine. You're not going to lose anything there. So just strain off that marc. Well, how do you strain that off? Well, a good strainer would be great. And then you could put a hanky down. You could put cheesecloth down, but I would layer the cheesecloth so it's thicker, because you're wanting to strain out the debris and leave it nothing but clear liquid. You don't want a real thick material, then it'll take forever to seep through, but you want it thick enough that it's not going to seep through debris. So you do that, you're doing good, and then you're going to want to add about 1 cup of honey. And there are different kinds of honey out there, and you can choose what you want. The main thing for honey is you're wanting it as a sweetener. But the other thing, if you choose to use raw honey, which is so much healthier for you, it has a lot of its own vitamins and minerals. So you don't want it heated up. You want to cool it down some before you put that honey in. But you want it a little warm so it kind of loosens up the honey, if you know what I mean. So you're going to stir it real good. But let me tell you, if you are using the raw honey, well, there's two things you're using it for. Mainly for flavoring, to make it sweet. And 2, you're wanting to use it for preserving. It's a preserver, all right? When you put things in honey, it lasts. Honey doesn't go bad. It gets crystallized, but it doesn't go bad. It's still good crystallized. Well, if one of the cautions that is very important that you hear this is babies under a year old cannot have honey. They cannot have honey. There's something in the honey that will cause botulism for a baby under a year old. Do your research. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. Do your own research, but do not give it to a baby under a year old. Now, if you choose not to sweeten it with honey, you can give it to the baby, but not as if it's got honey in it. Now, and of course, I don't recommend sugar. You can use sugar if you want, but I don't like sugar. So that, and if the concoction, the decoction is too warm, it's going to kill the enzymes and kill things that are important in the honey. So you don't want it too warm, okay? You want it just enough, not cold, but just enough that it's not going to heat so hot that it just destroys the honey. So you're going to want to put this in the refrigerator, and it will last for months. It will last. But you're going to want to take about 2 teaspoons or tablespoons, 2 good tablespoons a day for just maintenance. And do it a couple times a day, 1 or 2 times a day. Now, if you feel like you've got a cold coming on, immediately take 3 to 4 a day, okay? This will help your body fight off whatever's coming. So that's how you would take the elder, and I hope this helps. Enjoy your day, and I'm sure going to enjoy my day.